Now we will go to South. We're going to South Africa now. We're going to South Africa. I believe that at the end of this, I should be able to sum up some of the things we talked about to be able to promote intra-African travels and tourism. Like I mentioned, borderlessness. In fact, the way I wrote it, I said, drop the borders, just drop the borders. Then drop the prices, because we talked about making it inexpensive. It's very important. Collaboration. Let more players come on board. For example, African Airlines. We should be able to have more African airlines come on board to make this easy. And we talked about the single visa policy, and also changing the narrative. Charity begins at home. The image we want to portray is what we should begin to portray. Okay. Susan, tell us about the International Travel and Tourism Conference in May. What was the vision behind this? I know it ties into the promotion of intra-African travels. What was the vision? Where are we? What are we expecting? A bit of what you can give us, Alicia will add hers, and then Bonnie, the host, is going to tell us what we're expecting.
Okay, thank you very much. The International Travel Tourism Conference, of course, like you said, was birthed out of the passion for intra-Africa travel. I think Alisa mentioned earlier in one of the times she spoke that you cannot, you are limited in selling what you don't know. Knowledge about your products goes a long way in terms of how you put the product together, how you sell the product, and everything you do, because you know the product. So now, and travel agents, tour operators, they are the first movers, if I may use that word. We have the first mover advantage in the sense that we are connected to the travelers. We know the travelers. For a lot of us, the travelers are personal to us. We know them. They depend on us for advice on new destinations they want to visit. And if we, as the professionals, don't even travel within the continent, then we are all just big jokers. We can't be talking about intra-Africa travel, selling Africa to Africans, without the professionals that do the selling, starting from them. So it's a way of saying, you know what, let's charity begins at home. Let's start with ourselves. Dad, I prefer to go to America, I prefer to go to France, I prefer, oh yes, prefer all that as much as you want. But for this concept, for this project, Intra-Africa Travel, we must love the destination. So this conference is about us loving destination Africa. That is why it's not going to leave African country. It will have to be in one African country or another. Let the Queen of England, or right now is the king, right? Let the King of England come to me and say, you know what? I want to sponsor your International Travel Tourism Conference. Come to Birmingham, off expense paid trip for 1,000 professionals. I'm going to tell him no. Do you know why? Because we want the professionals to love their continent. I want to be able to fall in love with the continent Africa. Until we love the continent, then we are just wasting our time in trying to promote intra-Africa travel. Have you ever gone for a presentation, irrespective of your area, whether you're in tourism, even if you are not in tourism? Have you ever gone for a presentation in an organization that you are bidding to get a job? And you talking about a destination, maybe they tell you one of the questions is in the interview, they ask you a question about, okay, I come to you for you to give me an advice on my next holiday destination, what would you do? Do you know the feeling when you start talking about a destination you know? There's a difference when you talk about a
there's
destination
excitement.
you know.
You're speaking from a knowing point of view.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're speaking from reality. I know anybody can go online and read about any destination, and you think you know. There's what they call head knowledge and a heart knowledge. That's the way I qualify it. Head knowledge is you've read about the destination, you know everything, you know the colors of the taxis, you know their currency, you know all that. But do you really know? That's the heart knowledge. And heart knowledge of any destination, for me, comes from experiencing that destination. So this conference is geared towards making the travel professionals who are the people that will sell, promote, and market Africa as a destination. We are the ones that will do that. The event is geared towards making the travel agent, the tour operator, to love the continent of Africa and everything about Africa.
So
because it weaponizes us.
If I say that part of what will make Intra Africa tourism work is educating ourselves about the products, and building capacity to be able to market and sell the product, which is actually what this event is happening.
That's what the event is all about.
This is what it's all about. Oh, that's something.
And this event is going to be hosted in South Africa for 3 years. The first one is in Johannesburg, the maiden one. Then the next one, we will be moving to Cape Town.
Different province.
And the third one will be
year.
given to different provinces. Same thing when we move to another African country. Okay. By the time the event eventually comes down to Nigeria, we will do the first one in Calabar and Akwa Ibom joint. Then we can do the next one in where else? Help me here. Maybe in Jos.
Yeah.
Then we'll do the next one, look for another Nigerian destination. Then when we go to Ghana, we'll look for 3 different destinations as well. We are moving destinations because we are teaching ourselves, we are exploring.
Yeah, it's good to educate.
We are learning.
Yeah.
So it's fun and learning for us. That's why it's a professional trip. At the same time, it's also leisure where we can relax. I mean, this is us. It's just us. There's nothing to hide. Let's be open to ourselves.
I truly agree with you. I often, in my bucket list, I have this desire. There are certain African countries I really would like to visit, not just because, just to be able to know those countries. I've visited quite a number of them, but I still want to, visit a whole lot of them, just to be able to educate myself. I think it was you, or was it Alisa that mentioned, or was it Bunny? We are the same people. No, it was you, Susan. We're the same people, almost the same. You can trace the culture. You can trace, the similarities in the culture and, and the behavior. So it is a good thing to be able to promote intra-African tourism and travel through these experiences, rotating, using capacity building and education for primary players in the industry. I'm sure there are others, but this is very key because you got to sell what you know.
Exactly. You sell what you know. You will do better actually selling what you know.
Okay. Alisa.
Yes.
Where are we going to South Africa? What's in it for us?
The season of giving the background.
Yeah.
And I initially said that I saw that what she has initiated, I bought into it. And this conference, it's not a normal exhibition that we do. It has an education aspect. It has a conference aspect. So we are going, it's a full package. And I realized that this is good. So my team and myself got to know that this thing we have to partner. And we partnered with Nanta. And here we are. So the program is awesome. We are going to Joburg and we are going to Durban. And in Joburg, we'll have the conference, we'll have tours, and we'll proceed to Durban as well. So, and the good aspect, what even excites me is as Susan said, we are promoting Africa. We are selling Africa continent. You know, it's 3 years in Joburg. From time to time, it will move to another African country, moving to Nigeria. We will come to the Western side, and I'm dreaming it. I'm dreaming the whole thing, and I know it is going to be bigger and bigger. So it's a very good product, and it's a very good project that we have all partnered to work towards it.
Thank you. I'm hoping that there will be continuity in it, which is very important, and that's very yeah. Okay. Bonnie, where are you? You're the host. Tell us. Tell us what you're preparing. Why South Africa, and what's in it? What are we expecting?
All right. Before we even start with that, I think we need to applaud Susan and Alicia. This is the first successful between the women in Africa. I'm not the host. The three of us are jointly responsible, and we are all the hosts to ensure that this partnership grows and develops. Now, what do we want out of this conference, or what would I like to see out of this conference? Educational aspects. We are linked to one of the best universities in South Africa in hospitality. The University of Johannesburg is our partner, which is brilliant because they believe in this partnership. And it's the first time that the university has collaborated with with associations. So the collaboration aspect is amazing. The educational component is excellent. The networking. We can't overemphasize how important networking is. The whole conference that is going to be happening in May is a direct result of networking and collaboration. And through all these factors will come the business element, will come Intra Africa Travel, because there will be trust. There will be partnerships that will arise out of this. There will be experiences of similar products. There'll be exchange of ideas. So it's a win-win situation and learning for everybody. Yes, we have our programs that we are sorting out for you all to have a wow experience. Johannesburg is a wow place. You are going to one of the newest hotels that has so much of fanciness and bling, and discovering Johannesburg on the topless bus. So you're going to enjoy being a tourist, but the outcomes are far more important.
Yeah. And Bonnie, if I may, I also think you mentioned collaboration. I think part of the success factor of these programs is the collaboration. For example, university is partnering to make this happen. So there is private sector partnership. There is a public sector partnership.
Correct.
So which means it's a viable product. If we can replicate this across the continent, you will find that this will take a life of its own and will begin to get closer to the point of developing a core African tourism, a core African driven tourism. So that makes sense. That makes sense. I know that a lot of partnership is coming on board. The hotels, the government, the private sector, everybody is putting in all they have to make this work. And I think that is very significant.
I think what's also very important is governments have been meeting over the last decades, forming these bilaterals, forming trade agreements. This is a first product that is tangible, that Susan and Alicia can say totally to their governments, we are bringing 400 professional people through to South Africa. And South Africa can translate that into the economic value of what these 400 mean to the conference and to the economy. So we have basically accidentally through networking,
Yeah.
through this collaboration, and through all our discussions, have now presented Africa and the governments a product.
Viable
they-
product for that matter, a viable
They
product.
can piggyback on totally themselves.
Mhm.
I think we're going to leave them quite astounded because women are leaders. And women have paved the way long from before.
I agree. I agree.
So I can assure you, between the three of us, the sisterhood of Africa will present something that is very memorable. Because, you know, ladies, when they present something, they will do their utmost best to ensure
Yeah.
that everybody
Okay.
enjoys. You muted.
It's been a wonderful time, chatting with the three of you. Before we end, I would just like to have last words from you about the vision, about what is the future of tourism. What are we looking forward to? South Africa is an example of where we're heading to. It's an example of what we intend to see in the next few years. So I'd like to have your parting words as we bring this show to an end. Susan, beginning with you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibiware. It's always a wonderful discussion with you on your program, and also a very good learning. Interaction always birth learning. The more you interact, even if you think you were going to go and teach the people, or you are going to go and share your own idea, in the process of sharing the ideas, maybe contributions coming, question coming, you are equally learning.
Yeah.
So this has been a learning opportunity. I really didn't see myself as the lecturer here. It was also a student learning from Bonnie, decades of experience in the industry, from Alisa and every other person here that asked one or two questions, brought a new learning curve. So thank you very much. And I'll always be excited to be part of this, your show.
Thank you so much. Thank
God
you,
bless.
Alisa. Alisa, your closing words?
Yeah, thank you so much. In fact, I've enjoyed being on your show for the first time, and I've learned so much. We have all shared. Susan, thank you. Bunny, I'm so grateful. All my key words that I will leave is let's all come together and promote Africa in terms of tourism. You know, after COVID, a lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
And we are using that to grow our businesses. So let's all come together and promote Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bunny, the last words before we call it.
Wow, ladies, this has been an educational experience for me. I've learned so much. Thank you so much. You know, I just would like to end with saying the UNWTO has stated that the future of the world lies in Africa.
Yeah.
Because the promotion of all the little villages are on the key highlights that the UNWTO is focusing on. And we have so many of that in Africa. So we need to look at the UNWTO and look at their sustainable goals and see how closely we are involved in all those goals. So the outlook, ladies, looks very positive. The camaraderie is excellent. We are going to learn a lot more. And I want to thank you so much for having me on your show. And we look forward very much to walking this journey for the next 3 years, where I'm quite sure in 3 years, we'll be baffled and dumbfounded at how much of learnings we have done in this. Thank you very much.
Definitely, definitely. I really want to express my gratitude to all of you for being part of this program today. I'm going to have you on next time. Before we go, just to say that we're onto something in getting the African tourism where it should be. I'd like to thank all my panelists. I'd like to thank all of you that found time to join us, and those watching from Facebook. Thank you so much for being part of this. We will come your way some other time on the African Travel Information Platform show. My name is Ibiwari Uloma Kemabonta, and I am glad that we are pushing this narrative the way it should be. Hopefully, we will get somewhere someday because we have a vision. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of this. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a beautiful day until I come your way next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.